Hey guys, this is Teal. Thank you for subscribing and viewing my channel. This week I just want to talk to you guys about my process of getting into nursing school and hopefully inspire you guys a little bit. Even if you're not a nursing major, if you're applying to graduate school or any undergraduate course of study program, this story might offer you some inspiration. So I remember freshman year, they taken everybody into this big old room if you were pre-nursing, and I swear probably 75% of the females at UNCG were probably pre-nursing. Like everybody wanted to be a nurse. So they took us all into this big old room, sat everybody down, and they said, look to the person to your left, look to the person to your right. Only one of you guys are going to get into the nursing program. And that thought like stuck with me. Like to this day, I still remember that clear as day. So the first class I took was a science class, just like the intro to biology. And the first mistake that I did was I tried to take high school level study skills into college. And that was completely wrong. Like in high school, I didn't have to study as much to get the grades that I wanted. So when I was taking my biology class, I kind of just like skimmed over my notes like here and there. And then the day before, just tried to like cram everything in. And that was a huge mistake. I got to the test and I was like, what is this? Like, I didn't know or recognize anything on the test. Like, I knew while I was taking the test. For a while, I just started guessing. Um, so the next week, we got our grades back and I made a 62. And that is an F on the nursing school grading scale. And I was like, what is this? Like, I cried my eyes out. I was like, I'm not going to get in. Like, I'm one of the people that's not going to get in. I cried and cried and cried, and I finally like put on my big girl panties and decided to do something about it because I really, really, really wanted to be a nurse. And they were for real when they said that nursing is competitive and the courses are hard because they want the best of the best, the top of the top into their program because the hospitals want to hire the best of the best, the top of the top. They want nurses who can think quickly under stressful situations and that can make critical decisions because somebody's life is in your hand. So I went to my teacher and my professor, and I was like, what can I do? What study tips can you offer me? So she hooked me up with like all these resources, different tutoring services, teacher assistant programs where you would come after class and the teacher would go over stuff with you in a more like smaller intimate group. And so I did everything I could to pull my grade up. I stayed in the library. When I tell you I lived in the library, and not just freshman year, like until I graduated, I lived in the library and it sucks. And it's not fun. It's not fun telling your friends, no, I can't go out. But that's what you got to do. And you really got to sit down. And I had to ask myself, how bad do you want it? Like, do you just want it bad or do you want it really, 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 really bad? Like, how bad do you want it? And I told myself, I want this really, really bad, and I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to get into this program. So I studied. I went to after class tutoring sessions. I stayed in the library. I hardly went anywhere. Now, you do need to go out sometimes because you need to relieve stress, but I hardly went anywhere. And I'm telling you guys, like, I worked my butt off in that class and I make A's on every single test after that. And I don't mean like A's like 90s, like I made anywhere from like 97 to 100 on all of my tests after that, and I worked my butt off, and I pulled a out in the class, an A minus. And I'm telling you guys, like you just really, really, really have to apply yourself, and you really have to think about how bad do you want it. That's the question you need to ask yourself. Anything that you're trying to achieve, your goals, nursing school, if you're trying to become a doctor, if you're trying to become a businessman, anything, a lawyer, like ask yourself like how bad do you want it, because it's competitive out here. Like everybody wants to be great, everybody wants to succeed, and there's only spots for a few people. So I'm telling you guys, just work hard. It sucks, but when you look back on it, you're gonna say, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Like I got through it, and it's not impossible. There are people out there who are doing it every single day, and if they can do it, you can do it. The only difference is you just have to apply yourself. So I studied hard. I pulled off an A in a class, and eventually, like, got into nursing school. I had very good grades. I actually got on a priority list where if you made a certain, like, if you made nothing less than a B if you had at least a 3.5, if you had good teacher recommendations, like you were guaranteed a spot into the program. And I worked my butt off and I got on that priority list and I got my spot into the nursing school. So for all of you guys that's out there that's trying to achieve something, the question is, how bad do you want it? Ask yourself that every single day. And if you do that and you work hard, like I promise you will achieve your goals. Um, so that's it for today. I hope that I've inspired you guys a little bit. Tune in next week. I'll have some new material. Please subscribe, please share, please comment. Any feedback is needed. And thank you guys.